So let me tell you kind of where it all started. It all started when I was a pastor in Augusta, Georgia. Anybody here play golf? Home of the master? Woo-hoo. We lived there for about 10, 12 years. Turned down master tickets right and left. We had so many offers. Well, anyway, if you know anything about golf, you know what the craziest thing that'd be, because now you can't even get a master ticket to see the thing. So anyway, we lived there. And one Sunday morning, Linda and I had started a Spirit-filled Southern Baptist church. That's an oxymoron. A Spirit-filled Southern? Anyway, no. Southern Baptists have come a long way in 48 years since I started. Still got a long way to go in America. But some of them are beginning now to believe in signs and wonders, maybe. But that Sunday morning, we had about 800 people in a cafeteria. Church about 2, 3 years old. That Sunday morning, I was teaching on the power of forgiving and blessing. And this is the scripture. Do not repay one wrong with 1 Peter 3:9. Do not repay one wrong with another, or one angry word with another. Rather, pay back with a blessing. That's a Greek word, pay back with a spoken blessing. This is what you are called, Greek word commanded to do by God. So maybe there's the 11th commandment. Lynn and I laugh and say it must be. We are commanded to bless people. Don't repay one wrong with another, one bad word with another. Rather, repay with a blessing. This is what you are called or commanded to do, and here's the thing. So that you will receive an inheritance or a blessing yourself. Linda's got it right. The reason some of you feel like if you didn't have bad luck, you wouldn't have any luck at all. You never get the right job. You got the wrong husband. You got the wrong something friend. I mean, everything you touch kind of turns to dust. I mean, it's just like, how many, you've had all of these things that seem to be curses in your life, and I want to suggest that for a lot of pew packers, plate passers, and pious preachers, that it's because you have not forgiven someone that hurt you long ago. And your unforgiveness has blocked the storehouse of your blessings, and the reason when you're walking in not forgiving, Father cannot forgive you. Mark 10, you got that right? If you not forgive those who sinned against you, how can my Father in heaven, Jesus said, forgive, okay? But what I discovered in 1 Peter 3:9 is that forgiving someone is only half the picture. The other half is my willingness to bless that person, if not in their face, at a distance. Lynn and I often call this the drive-by blessing. And I'll tell you in a minute how it works. Okay, I'm back in Augusta. Sunday morning, I'm preaching on the text. And I said to my congregation, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, come down this morning and God will forgive you if you'll forgive the person and open your storehouse of blessing. And people just filled the aisle. I mean, I was standing up here and I had associate pastor on the place. They just filled the aisle. Anybody ever been to a bowling thing? That's what that morning looked like. 34-year-old Mike came out of the back row yonder, and while the aisle was already filled up with people, he was running at it. He looked like a black bowling ball running down. And people were kind of scattering everywhere. I laughed. Oh, that's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Mike came down and came over to two counselors, and this is Mike's story. When he was 2 years old, Mike's mother gave him away. And for 34 years, Mike had not heard one word from his mother, didn't know if she was dead or alive. So Mike came up, two of my older counselors took him over to the side. They pulled out a chair and they said, Mike, Let's suppose your mother is sitting in this chair. What would you say to her? Well, by this time, I knew part of Mike's story, so I kind of weaseled out of the pulpit area and came down because I wanted to hear the rest of it. I knew it was going to be, I just didn't know how powerful. And Mike stood there and he said, Mother, I'm angry, I'm bitter, I'm mad, I'm hurt. Mother, did you give me away because I was a bad boy? 2 days old. You counselors know that is false guilt. And this is what he said. He knelt down and he said, but Mother, because I taught him that morning, he said, Mother, I choose today to not only forgive you for giving me away and abandoning me, but I choose to bless you wherever you are. And I like this, he said, and Mother, little tears just rolling down his cheeks at this point. He said, Mama, he said, if I could just hear your voice, it seems like it would be all right. Okay? Mike went home that afternoon, and the counselor said, well, Mike, since this is such a new thing for you, why don't this afternoon you just keep saying, Mother, I forgive you and I bless you. Just practice, Mike, because see, Mike was saying, I don't really mean it, but I want to mean it, and the wise counselor said, the more you say it, the meaning will, but you've got to begin, your meaning will catch up with your words, and exactly right. And so that afternoon, apparently Mike did it several times. That night at supper, when Mike was at the table with his wife and 3 children, the telephone rang. And when Mike went to the phone and picked it up, these are the exact words he heard. Mike, this is your mother. Please forgive me for giving you away. Now, Mike is on the East Coast in Augusta, Georgia. Would you like to know where she's calling from? The West Coast, California. 4,000 miles away. Now, you explain to me how, within 4 or 5 hours, for the first time in his 34-year life, the day that he happened to decide to forgive her and bless her at a distance, that she happened to either find him, or if she already knew where he was, she happened to call him and confess to him her sorrow for giving him away. Well, there's more than that. Because when I found out that forgiving was not enough, but see, Mike had to bless her in order to begin to release the forgiveness stuff within himself, and I think even begin to free her.